ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चितामतिः। So Shishya, the disciple's question is, who gets this knowledge? I am Brahma. And Shishya clarified his thinking behind the question in 197th paragraph, that if this Aham Brahma Jnanam is born to Chidabhasa, then that Jnanam will be Mithya. Means it will not be valid knowledge. Why? Because Chidabhasa is Mithya and Brahman is Satyam. So how Mithya Chidabhasa can claim to be Satyam Brahma? And therefore that knowledge will be invalid. And how can Vedanta give invalid knowledge? And he gave the example that Rajju, which is different from Sarpa, the snake, the apparent snake. With regard to this Rajju, if somebody has the knowledge that it is Sarpa, then it is Mithya-Jnanam, it is delusion, it is a wrong understanding, wrong knowledge. Similarly, with reference to Chidabhasa, if I have got the understanding that it is Brahma, I am Chidabhasa, and with regard to me, I have understanding that this I, Chidabhasa, am Brahma, then it is a wrong knowledge. What is there is the rope, and you consider it to be the snake, it is a wrong knowledge. Similarly, Chidabhasa, which is unreal, how can you equate it to real Brahma? How can unreal be equated to real? If you equate, then that understanding of equation is wrong knowledge. Mithya it would be. And how can Vedanta present this wrong knowledge? Vedanta is supposed to be Pramanam. How can it present wrong knowledge? And with regard to this, we saw the footnote where the Tippanikara says this particular issue can be handled in two ways. Means we can raise two questions to the disciple, that on what basis you are saying that Brahma Jnanam is Mithya? Aham Brahma, that knowledge is Mithya. On what basis? Are you saying that Brahma Jnanam is Mithya because it is taking place in Mithya Chidabhasa? Ashrayasya Mithyatvat Jnanasya Mithyatvam. Is knowledge unreal because the locus of knowledge is unreal? Or the subject matter of this knowledge is unreal? Chidabhasa is Mithya, Brahman is Satyam, and between them there cannot be oneness. That oneness is unreal. There is no real oneness between Chidabhasa and Brahman, because Chidabhasa is Mithya, Brahman is Satyam. Between Mithya Bhuta Chidabhasa, Jiva, and real Brahma, how can there be oneness? So based on the Vishaya Mithyatvam, Dhanasya Mithyatvam, means Dhanam is unreal because the subject matter of Dhanam is unreal. So two options were raised to the disciple. That the locus of knowledge is unreal, therefore knowledge is unreal, one possibility. Or the subject matter of knowledge is unreal, therefore knowledge is unreal. So these two options are raised. And out of these two, first one we said, let Brahmajnanam be unreal. Because of being born in Mithya Chidabhasa, if it is called unreal based on that, let it be so. Brahmajnanam is unreal, and the unreal Brahmajnanam will remove the unreal samsara. Kantakena kantakam, yakshana rupo balihi. So according to the form of gods, Naivedyam will be there. Even among the Satvika Devata, this Ganesha means Modaka we remember. So there is a specification. So for Dakshinamurti say that Kritakta Payasam. So Payasam with some ghee or Payasam. So that is considered Naivedya, special Naivedya. Different Devatas, different Naivedya. So here Samsara is what? Mithya. For Mithya Samsara, what type of these sadhanam will be there? Mithya only. So Mithya Samsara is removed by Mithya Jnanam, no problem. Like that when we were small, we used to play that home game. It's a home game, So in that girl will be, or boy also sometimes, they're cooking. So he really nothing is cooked. They do like this. And that fellow, he will be eating. He also be eating. How? Mithya cooking, Mithya eating. And it's full, he will say. On this part of the game. Oh, ghar bolte hai usko. Home. I don't know how to translate in English. So that is how game is. In I think Tamil Nadu it's there, no? What do you say game? Huh? Okay, some name must be there. What is that? Vida, huh? Choppu Saman. Acha, Choppu Saman. Okay. I thought the house is called Weed. Weed, no? Weed. Yeah. Alright. So when that cooking is Mithya, eating will be also Mithya. And by that Mithya, this Mithya anger is also satisfied. This fellow is playing, all of them are playing after eating only. So the hunger also was not there. So Mithya anger is removed by Mithya food, which is done by Mithya cooking. So no problem. And that is the Samadhana. And second is that Vishaya is Mithya. Chidabhasa is Mithya, and therefore it cannot have oneness with Brahman. And thus, the subject matter being unreal, how the knowledge of that unreal subject matter be real? It cannot be real. That particular question is answered here. That Mithya, so here in this expression, Mithya Bhuta Jiva Brahmaikya, third line, that Mithya Bhuta should be connected with Jiva. Mithya Bhuta Jivasya Brahmaikya Vishayakatvat. And Mithya Bhuta Jiva and Mithya Bhuta Ekya also. But immediately goes with Jiva. So that question, that Mithya Chidabhasa and Satyam Brahma cannot have real oneness. And therefore that oneness must be what? Mithya only. Mithya Chidabhasa will have oneness with the real Brahman. Is Mithya only. Real oneness cannot be there. Mithya Chidabhasa with real Brahman this oneness would be only mithya. And the knowledge being the knowledge, since it is dealing with the mithya subject matter, unreal subject matter, therefore it is mithya. That particular question is answered here. How mithya chidabhasa can have oneness with Brahman. In fact, that is putting in simple words, how mithya chidabhasa can have oneness with real Brahma. That is going to be answered. That was, he said, 198 avarte, that is atreva mule uttaram uchyate. Acha. So here we have to keep in mind the sentence, what? Aham Brahma. I am Brahman. Brahman means limitless reality. I am limitless reality. Now, how will you understand this sentence? The Granthakara says it can be understood in two ways. First one is Aham Shabdasya Dvau Arthau. He explains the word Aham has got two meanings. One is Chidabhasa, other is Kutastha. Chidabhasa means the reflection of consciousness in the mind. That is one meaning of the word Aham. And the other meaning of Aham is changeless consciousness, which is otherwise called Sakshi, witness. So changeless consciousness called witness is another meaning of the word Aham. So when we say I, it conveys these two components. One is Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. Other is original consciousness. Pratibimba Chaitanyam, Bimba Chaitanyam. And out of these two, Tatra, of these two, Kutasthasya Brahmana Mukhya Samanadi Karanyam. The changeless consciousness have got primary apposition with Brahman. He puts in a technical word. We have to understand what is Samanadi Karanyam. In that Samanadi Karanyam, what is Mukhya Samanadi Karanyam? So much masala is there. So, but let me translate. The changeless consciousness called Sakshi has got the primary Samanadi Karanyam, primary apposition. Some people might not have heard even the word apposition. There is apposition. Have you heard this word apposition? Opposition, apposition. It is opposite to in fact opposition. Opposition means they will be against each other. Opposition means sitting together. It's not opposition, not pronouncing wrongly. People say, North Indian को ऐसा ही problem है. Opposition बोलते हैं. All right. So I will explain what is apposition. Okay. But since I have to translate the title, first title clearance should be there. No? So Kutasthesya Brahmana, of changeless consciousness, there is primary apposition with Brahman. Chidabhasasya, of this Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness, Brahmana, we have to supply with Brahman. Badhayam Samanadi Karanyam, there is apposition in negation. This is the title. So many things need to be clarified here. First of all, we have to understand the word Samanadikaranyam. The Samanadikaranyam word is used in Vedanta very often. Some of you must have heard this shloka. Vasudeva Sutam Devam. Have you heard? Huh? Vasudeva Sutam Devam. Then? Very good. All of you are very brilliant. Very nice. So, you don't know. Okay. Tell me, Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramarda Deva Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Okay. Alright. So here in this shloka, main sentence is Krishna Mande. I salute, Mande, I salute to Krishna. This now you find very easy. Otherwise you find to be very difficult. So I will explain the easy thing. I, Vande, I salute to Krishna. And that Krishna is described by various words. What first word is Vasudeva Sutam, the son of Vasudeva. Krishna's father's name was Vasudeva. Therefore Krishna is called Vasudeva Sutam. So this is the title for whom? Krishna. Vasudeva Sutam and Krishna, are they two entities or one entity? One only. Words are two, but the entity conveyed is what? One. Not only two words. Vasudeva Sutam Devam effulgent. That also refers to whom? Krishna only. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam, the destroyer of Kamsa, his uncle, and Chanura, one another wrestler. So this also refers to what? Krishna only. This Kamsa Chanura Mardanam also refers to Krishna. And Devaki Paramanandam, one who is the greatest source of joy for his mother Devaki. Devaki Paramanandam. This also refers to what? Krishna only. Meaning the entity referred to is what? Krishna. Jagat Gurum. Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Jagat Gurum Vande. Jagat Guru is the teacher of the entire world. So through Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan has taught the entire world. Therefore Bhagavan is called Jagat Guru. Now how many words are there for Krishna? Vasudeva Sutam, then Devam, Kamsa Chanura Mardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Jagat Guru. And one more word is Krishna. Totally 6 words are there. So there are 6 words, but all of them are conveying only one entity. Words are 6. But all the words are conveying only one entity, Lord Krishna. When there are so many words, but all of them are conveying one entity, then all words are said to be in Samanadikaranyam. When different words having different meanings but conveying the same entity, that type of relationship among the words or between the words is called apposition. Is it clear now? It's not opposition. Apposition. And technically we add one condition that all the words will be in the same case. Vibhakti. Some people may say, what is Vibhakti? Bhakti we know. Vibhakti is what? Viruddha Bhakti. So Vibhakti means case. Like Ramaha is there, no? Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo. All these are called Vibhaktis. Different Vibhaktis. Alright. So Samana Vibhaktikanam Bhinna Pravritti Nimittanam Padanam Ekasmin Arthe Tatparyam Padanam Samanadikaranyam. This is Sanskrit said. Anyway, don't bother about it. So Samanadikaranyam means there are many words and each word has got different meaning. See, Vasudeva Sutam, the meaning is what? The son of Vasudeva. Jagat Gurum doesn't mean son of Vasudeva. Jagat Guru means the teacher of the world. Meanings are different. So, meanings of the word will be different, but at the same time conveying the same entity. Entity conveyed is the same, even though the meanings of the words are different. When such relationship is there among the words, that relationship is called Samanadikaranyam, apposition. Another example I will give, I will say, Dasharatihi Veeraha Sitapatihi Ramaha. Dasharathi means the son of Dasharatha. Veeraha, heroic. Sitapati, the husband of Sita, Rama. So here it is what? Samanadikaranyam. Suppose I say all of you are intelligent. So you and intelligent. Samanadikaranyam. Samanadikaranyam can be there between two words or many words. You intelligent. Samanadikaranyam. Alright. So here first of all we understood what is Samanadikaranyam. It is a relationship between the two words or among many words. When words are conveying, words are having different meanings but conveying one entity. That type of relationship of words is called Samanadikaranyam. इतना समझ में आ गया ना? Very good. From opposition to apposition we have gone for good. Good progress. Alright. So, but some is that much only to be understood. No. This Samanadikaranyam is of 4 types. But anyway, I am not going to talk about 4 types. Here, relevant are 2 types. I will talk about 2 types of Samanadikaranyam. Otherwise, we'll talk about 4. But here he is going to talk about 2 Samanadikaranyam. So, one Samanadikaranyam is called Aikya Samanadikaranyam. Otherwise called Mukhya Samanadikaranyam. Mukhya means primary. Aikya means oneness. So, apposition related to the oneness is called Aikya Samanadikaranyam or oneness related apposition, which is also called Mukhya Samanadikaranyam, main apposition or primary apposition. Like what? Soyam Devadatta. There is a person called Devadatta whom you had seen some years ago, some 25-30 years ago. That time he has got all hair, dark hair, and he was very thin, very young, all cheeks like a tomato. So like that you had seen him. And now somebody introduces, he is Mr. Devadatta. Who is Devadatta? You know that Devadatta? So this Devadatta is that Devadatta. That Devadatta is this Devadatta. So Devadatta whom you had seen some 25 years ago, that Devadatta is this Devadatta, who is there in front of you, pura mota fellow, with so many wrinkles, and his cheeks have become like brinjal, not tomato, or whatever. No, that it's called snake god or something. So many wrinkles are there. So different, body wise different, but both of them are one and the same person. That Devadatta is this Devadatta. So what we are revealing, oneness between that Devadatta of the past and this Devadatta of the present. So Saha, that, and Ayam. Saha means that, Ayam means this. These two words have got Samanadikaranyam, because both of them are same vibhakti. Both of them are revealing the same entity. Therefore, both the words have got apposition. Samanadikaranyam. And this Samanadikaranyam is called Aikya Samanadikaranyam because this Samanadikaranyam is based on the oneness between the two. So this Samanadikaranyam is related to or based on the oneness between the Saha and Ayam. And therefore this Samanadikaranyam, this apposition is called Aikya Samanadikaranyam, oneness based apposition or oneness related apposition. And this apposition is the main apposition, primary one. Therefore it is called Mukhya Samanadikaranyam, primary apposition. So Soyam Devadattaha, that Devadatta is this Devadatta. This Samanadikaranyam is primary apposition. Or we say Soham. Have you heard this word Soham? That also is what? Primary Samanadikaranyam. That Paramatma I am. That is what? Mukhya Samanadikaranyam. And here he is going to give the example. This pot space is total space. Pot space, the space obtaining in the pot is one with the total space. That is also is what? Mukhya Samanadikaranyam. So Mukhya Samanadikaranyam is the apposition based on or related to oneness between the meanings of the two or more generally two words. Here generally more that doesn't come. So apposition related to the oneness of the meanings of the two words. That is called Mukhya Samanadikaranyam. And other one I will explain afterwards. Let us understand Mukhya Samanadikaranyam first. So we'll read the text. And here let me explain in the title what is said here. Kutastha. Kutastha means changeless consciousness, which is otherwise called Sakshi Chaitanyam, has got Mukhya Samanadikaranyam, has got the primary apposition with Brahma. Means when I understand the meaning of the word I as changeless consciousness, then I, changeless consciousness obtaining in this body, is the same as all-pervasive Brahma. I, witness consciousness, am one with all-pervasive consciousness. There is no difference between the consciousness obtaining in this body, mind, sense complex and the consciousness which is pervading the entire world. No difference whatsoever. Like Ghatakasha, pot space is not different from all pervasive space. Because the pots cannot create any limitation in space. So pot space is total space. Or Ghatak, this Sakshi Chaitanyam is Brahma. So Kutasthasya Sakshi Chaitanyasya Brahmana with Brahman. Mukhya Samanadikaranyam, primary apposition, oneness based or oneness related apposition. Alright. And later on we'll see Chidabhasya Bhada, because by the time I tell this Bhada Samanadikaranyam, then Aikya will go away. And then again I have to explain Aikya. Therefore one thing at a time. So too much dosage today is not good. Let us understand this. Hey Somya, I told you that Guru is so happy with the disciple. Even though disciple keeps on asking different questions, Guru is not agitated or irritated. He said, Hey Somya, oh good looking one. Aham Brahma iti Gnanam Buddhi Sahita Abhasasya eva Jayate. I am Brahma iti Gnanam. This knowledge, Jayate, is born. To whom? Abhasa, the reflected consciousness, Buddhi Sahita, along with the intellect. I am Brahma, this knowledge is to Chidabhasa only. which is obtaining, which is reflected in the buddhi. Natu kutasthasya, and not to the changeless consciousness. Yesterday we saw that changeless consciousness cannot have this knowledge which is born. Because if changeless consciousness is the locus of knowledge which is subject to be born, then the changeless consciousness will not be changeless consciousness. So, if you give ashraya to vikara, you become vikari. So vikarashrayatvat vikaritvam. And therefore, natu kutasthasya. Tathapi, even then, saha abhasaha, that abhasa, kutastham swaswarupam cha ekikritya swatmataya ahamiti janati. So, what is the meaning of the word aham? When we use the word aham, I, what is conveyed? That is explained here. Abhasaha, this reflected consciousness, that reflected consciousness, kutastham, the changeless consciousness, swaswarupam cha, and one's own form, one's own nature, ekikritya, having combined, swatmataya, as oneself, aham iti janati, knows as I am. So in this jiva, two components are there, chidabhasa component and kutastha chaitanya. Kutastha will not do anything. Some lazy fellows, they can simply sit. So kutastha is like that. Whatever has to be done by chidabhasa only. So what chidabhasa does? Kutastham, this changeless consciousness, and its own being, its own form, ekikritya. Kutastham swaswarupam cha ekikritya, having combined both of them, swatmataya aham iti janati. When chidabhasa uses the word aham or thinks about aham, then in that aham, both the components are there. When chidabhasa says I, then that I is including oneself, chidabhasa, and it includes kutastha also. So kutastha means changeless consciousness also. Swatmataya aham iti janati, as oneself. So chidabhasa knows the kutastha and oneself to be oneself. Means when it say I, it includes kutastha also. Of course, oneself is there. Chidabhasa alone uses the word I. But when chidabhasa uses the word I, it includes kutastha also. Swatmataya aham iti janati. Alright. Means the meaning of the word aham is kutastha and chidabhasa. Tathacha kutastha sahita chidabhasa aham iti shabdena grihyate iti saha eva aham shabdasya arthaha. So he paraphrases what has been said. Tathacha, and thus kutastha sahita chidabhasa, chidabhasa along with kutastha, ahamiti shabdena, by the word aham, grihyate, is understood. By the word aham, what is understood? Kutastha sahita chidabhasa, chidabhasa along with kutastha. Saha eva, that alone is aham shabdasya arthaha. Saha eva means what? Kutastha sahita chidabhasa alone is the meaning of the word aham. People may say, Swamiji, everybody says I, that nobody says kutastha, etc. But even though person may not say, but it is included. It is something like somebody is watching movie on this screen. Now if I ask you, what are you watching? What will he say? Movie only. But is he watching just movie or is watching screen also? Screen also is there. He cannot say that no, screen is not seen at all. Screen is not watched by me. Only movie. Behind this effect, he is watching the movie on the screen only. So whether person recognizes or not, but it is there all the time. So similarly, when I say I, immediately it refers to this reflected consciousness, but reflected consciousness, Pratibimba Chaitanyam, is possible only when Bimba Chaitanyam is there behind. It will be there. So generally we say, you bring tea. How do you bring? You bring in a cup. You don't bring some whole that vessel, tea vessel. You don't do that. You bring, even for that also you bring that some vessel you bring. No? Even for that, suppose you are too miserly. So someone is too miserly. You are not. You are very generous. But somebody is too miserly. Even if you bring that vessel, then also some vessel is there. And similarly here, whenever you refer to Chidabhasa, of course that example, that same reality, but whenever you think of reflection, there has to be some original. Right? Therefore he says, Aham Shabdasya Arthaha Chidabhasa Sahita Kutastha Sahita Chidabhasa. Alright. Tatra. There means in these two parts. Aham iti Shabdena Pratiyamana Kutasthasya Sarvada Brahmana Saha Abhedaha Siddha Eva. Of these two components, Chidabhasa and Kutastha, which is Pratiyamana, which is recognized by the word Aham, Aham iti Shabdena, by the word Aham, the Kutastha, changeless consciousness, which is cognized as Lakshartha. Of that Kutastha, Sarvada, all the time, Brahmana Saha, with Brahman, limitless reality, Abhedaha, non-difference, Siddhaha Eva, is definitely established, is well established. Means what? Of these two, Kutastha and Chidabhasa, the Kutastha has got oneness with Brahman. Because Kutastha is changeless reality, Brahman is changeless reality. Kutastha Brahman is not having dimension. Kutastha Chaitanyam, this changeless consciousness, is not having any dimension. So dimensionless Kutastha and dimensionless Brahman, they do not have any difference. People generally have difficulty. Swamiji, how Kutastha can be Brahman? Kutastha is obtaining in the body. Even though it obtains in the body, but not limited by the body. That is the point many people miss, and therefore they say, Swamiji, I am consciousness, but only obtaining in this body. How can I be all pervasive consciousness? Very common issue. Because they miss this point, that even while obtaining in the body, not limited by the body. Just as pot space is obtaining in the pot, but not limited by the pot. Why? Because the wall of the pot also is in pot only, in the space only. Therefore, the wall of the pot cannot create really any limitation to space. You may call it pot space, but really what is pot space? Pot space is the Vichara Vayavana. In Manduka it comes. It is neither a product nor a part of this space. Pot space is not a product of space. Pot space is not even a part of space. Even though many people think pot space is a part of the total space. No. Pot space is total space. What you are calling as a total space is given a name pot space based on the Upadhi pot. So what is the relationship between pot space and this total space, all pervasive space? There is no relationship. Pot space is only a name given to all pervasive space based on the Upadhi adjunct called pot. Similarly, this Kutastha Chaitanyam is just a name given to Brahma Chaitanyam based on the Upadhi called Antakarana. Kutastha Chaitanyam is not a separate entity Apart from this all-pervasive Brahman, all-pervasive Brahman alone is available as, known as, named as Jiva Chaitanyam, Kutastha Chaitanyam. That is why in Shastra this idea is very poetically presented. How? They say Paramatma created the whole world and then Paramatma entered into the world. Enter into the world means enter into the body. Like you do, you construct the house and then you enter into the house. Something like that it is described. The idea, there is a lot of discussion on that. What is this Ishvara entering into the world? Tat sruštva tadevanu pravishatu. How Bhagavan can enter into the world? Really, Bhagavan cannot enter. Very unfortunate thing. Though Bhagavan creates the world, but Bhagavan cannot enter into the world. Sometimes that Apple company or that what was his boss was that?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Steve, no?
Steve Jobs.
So
Jobs.
Job.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Jobs. So he was thrown out of his own company. Similarly, Bhagavan cannot enter into this world. Why? That a lot of discussion is there in Shastra. That Ishvara, having created this world, how can he enter into this world? Stay order aa gaya. Then answer is that Ishvara being the material cause, it cannot enter. Because material cause is already present in the product. How can it enter? Cannot enter. And therefore, there's so much discussion. I'm just giving a glimpse of it. Final conclusion is this, that Paramatma entered into this body means Paramatma is available as Drashta, Shrota, Banta or Sakshi. Paramatma is available as Sakshi in this body. It is not that some other entity is available as Sakshi. It is available, Paramatma alone is available. So limitless Brahman alone is available as Kutastha. Therefore Kutastha is always having oneness, non-difference with Brahma. Yatha Ghatakasha Mahakashayoho Abhedaha Sarvada Siddhaha. Just now we saw that just as between the pot space and his total space, Abhedaha, non-difference, Sarvada Siddhaha, all the time established, Tadvat. Similarly, between Kutastha and Brahma, Abheda is Sarvada Siddhaha. So again, Yatha he has given again Tadvat. So again we go back. Alright. Then, now he comes to the technical point of Mukhya Samanadhikaranyam. Anenaiva hetuna Kutastasya Brahmana Saha Mukhya Samanadhikaranyam Vedanta Shastreshu Abhidhiyate. Anenaiva hetuna means since these Kutastha and Brahma has got Abheda already established, therefore Anenaiva hetuna, because of this reason alone, because of the oneness between the Kutastha and Brahma being established all the time, therefore Kutasthasya Brahmana Saha, of changeless consciousness with Brahman, Mukhya Samanadhikaranyam, the primary apposition, Vedanta Shastreshu, in these Vedanta Shastra, in these scriptures called Vedanta, Abhidhiyate is mentioned. Between Kutastha, the changeless consciousness called Sakshi, and Brahma, there is a Mukhya Samanadhikaranyam, primary apposition. And primary apposition means oneness based apposition. Alright. And about that footnote is there. Mukhya Samanadhikaranyam. Anyway, that what we have understood now about Samanadhikaranyam, he puts it in a little technical way. I tried to avoid, but now Tiffany has come, so essentially I have explained, but he puts it in a little more technical way. That is what the job of footnote. Thoda masala dalna hai. So main cooking is done by the Granthakara. The spice is added by the footnoter. The I don't know how to say footnote kara. So टिप्पणीकार समान विभक्तिकत्वे सति एकार्थबोधकत्वं ययोः पदयोः अस्ति ते पदे परस्परं समानाधिकरणे इति तयोः पदयोः परस्परसम्बन्धः समानाधिकरण्यसम्बन्धः इति च उच्यते. So what he says? First he says Samanadikaranyam, those who know little bit Sanskrit, is an abstract noun. Samanadikaranyam, like Aushnyam, Samanadikaranyam, is an abstract noun. Abstract noun means what? So some people may not know. Like treeness is for abstract noun. Kindness is abstract noun. Have you heard this abstract noun? Abstract noun. Well, we studied grammar long time back. We use English language, but some grammar we might have heard. What is abstract noun? This is abstract noun. Alright. So Samanadikaranyam is abstract noun. What is the main noun? Is Samanadikarana. So he explains first Samanadikarana. What is the Samanadikarana? He says, Te pade, those words, Parasparam Samanadikarane, are said to be in apposition, said to be having same locus. Those words, iti uchyate. Those words are said to be mutually in same locus. What are those words? Yayoho padayoho. Of those two words, there is ekartha bodhakatvam. Of whichever two words, there is ekartha bodhakatvam. We have seen this idea. The status of being the revealer of one entity. When two words are revealing one entity, that is called ekartha bodhakatvam. So, those words which are revealing one entity and samana vibhaktikatve sati, and they are having the same case, first case, second case, third case, fourth case, fifth case, sixth case, seventh case, eighth case you should not say, seventh only. Afterward, eighth case is not there. No, but only Sambodhana is there, it's not eighth case. Some people will say eighth case, but it is a Prathama, Sambodhana Prathama. So, when the two words are revealing one entity and having the same case, then those two words are said to be having the status of, those two words are said to be having same locus. When the two words are revealing the same entity and are in the same case, then those two words are said to be having same locus. Samanadikaran is a Bahuri. Samanam adhikaranam yayoho padayoho te pade samanadikarane. Parasparam samanadikarane. See, samanadikaran we can understand easily. Like this pencil and this clip. See, both of them are situated in this palm. Palm is the adhikaran. Adhikaran means locus. Pencil also is on the palm. Clip also is on the palm. Now, both of them have got same adhikarana. Adhikarana means locus. So, both of them will be called what? Samanadikarane. Samanadikarana means having same locus. Like all of you are in Samanadikarana. All of you are Samanadikaranaha bhavantaha. Why? All of you are on the same floor, no? Somebody sitting or whatever. But adhikarana means same. Therefore, all of you are what? Samanadikarana. Now we understood. Samanadikarana is not very difficult. Similarly, this entity Samanadikarana understood. This clip and pencil. Even words can have Samanadikarana. How? Word is said to be staying in the meaning. That is very interesting thing. A word, in Sanskrit, this is called ghataha. In English, we call pot. The word pot, in our analysis of Shastra, analysis of words, we say that word ghata, pot, is staying in this object, what we call pot. Word pot is staying in the object pot. How? As the revealer of the pot. So this word is staying in the pot. Every word is staying in its meaning as a revealer. That is a particular way of looking the relationship between the word and meaning. So word is staying in its meaning. Word pot will be staying in what? The meaning pot. And word cloth will be staying what? In the meaning cloth. Ghata will be staying in ghata meaning. Pata will be in pata. Now, when two words are staying in the same locus, then those words have what? The relationship of samanadikarane. Those words will be called samanadikarane and the relationship will be called samanadikaranyam. When the two words are staying in the same entity, then those two words are called samanadikarane and the relationship they have is called samanadikaranya. Like if I say brave Rama, Viraha Rama. So the word brave and word Rama, both of them are staying in one and the same entity. It is not that Viraha is somewhere else and Rama is somewhere else. Viraha, Ramaha, both of them are staying in the same meaning, heroic Rama. So the word Veera and Rama will have Samanadikaranyam. The word Veera and Rama are Samanadikarane. Their sambandha is Samanadikaranyam. Okay. So that is what is said here. Samana vibhakti katve sati ekartha bodhakatvam yayoho padayo asti te pade parasparam samanadikarane iti uchyate. It should be connected with uchyate. And tayoho padayoho paraspara sambandha. And the mutual relationship between those two words is samanadikaranya sambandha iti cha uchyate. The relationship is called the relationship of apposition. So when two words Viraha, Ramaha are staying in the same meaning, same entity, then the relationship between what? The word Veera and word Ramaha. It is not between the meanings. Samanadikaranyam is between the words, sambandha between the words. But here in the Grantha they have said the Samanadikaranyam between the meanings also. Ida Upacharika is a figurative sense. Idam cha Samanadikaranyam Jiva Brahmaikya Bodhaka Samana Vibhakti Vibhaktimat Pada Ghatita Chatur Vedanta Gata Chaturvida Mahavakyeshu Upalabhyate. Already the subject matter is very involved and it is making it more involved. He said Idam cha Samanadikaranyam, and this apposition Upalabhyate is found where? Chaturvida Mahavakyeshu, in these four Mahavakyas. What are the four Mahavakyas? Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, and Ayam Atma Brahma. These are four Mahavakyas. Really speaking, there are many Mahavakyas, but these four are representative of four Vedas. Alright. And what is Mahavakya? Maha means not big Vakya. Mahavakya means the sentence which is revealing oneness between Jiva and Ishvara or Jiva and Brahma. That is called Mahavakya. Alright. So four Mahavakyas, in that this Samanadikaranyam is there. And these four Mahavakyas, where are they? Chatur Vedanta. They are obtaining Chatur Vedantara Gata, obtaining in four Vedas. And these Mahavakyas are Jiva Brahma Aikya Bodhaka Samana Vibhaktimat Pada Ghatita. Ghatita means involved, containing. This Samanadikaranyam is found in these four Mahavakyas which are endowed with Ghatita, endowed with the Pada, the words. What type of words? The words which are Samana Vibhakti Mat, which are having the same Vibhakti. And these words and the sentence is what Jiva Brahma Aikya Bodhaka. These words are revealing the oneness between Jiva and Brahma. So this Samanadikaranyam is found in the Mahavakya which are endowed with the words which are having Samana Vibhakti, same case. What are the same case? How same case is that? Tat Tvam, same case. So the Samanadikaranyam is found in the words which are contained in the Mahavakyas. Tatha anyatrapi laukika vedika vakyeshu bodhyam. Tatha means similarly anyatrapi, elsewhere. It is not only in Mahavakya the Samanadikaranyam is there. Anyatrapi laukika vedika vakyeshu. Laukika vakya, I gave the example. Soyam devadattaha. Laukika, there is Laukika Vakya. Vedika Vakya, Soham. So in that Vedika Vakya is Bodhyam. This Samanadikaranyam should be understood. So Samanadikaranyam of the words, we have already seen. Samanadikaranyam is the relationship between the words who are revealing one and the same entity. Okay. Now further he says, Idam cha Samanadikaranyam Vidha Uchyate. And this Samanadikaranyam apposition is said to be of two types. Vida means of two types. Mukhya Samanadikaranyam, Badhayam Samanadikaranyam iti cha. One is called Mukhya, primary apposition. Other is the apposition in negation. And now Mukhya Samanadikaranyam he explains. Tatra, of these two, Samana Sattakattvena, Samana Swarupatvena cha, वास्तव भेद शून्ययोः द्वयोः पदार्थयोः बोधक वाक्यगत पदद्वयस्य मुख्य समानाधिकरण्यम उच्यते. What a definition. So he says there are two types of samanadikaranyam. One is mukhya samanadikaranyam, other is badhayam samanadikaranyam. What is mukhya samanadikaranyam? Mukhya samanadikaranyam is of the padadvaya, of these two words, which are vakyagata, which are obtaining in a sentence. What type of sentence? Bodhaka, that which is revealing. Revealing what? Revealing padartha, revealing the word meanings. Bodhaka, vakya, they have two are reading the meanings. What are the meanings? Which are Vastava Bheda Shunyayoho Dayo. So sentence which is revealing the two meanings which are Vastava Bheda Shunya, which are bereft of real difference. And how they are bereft of, devoid of the real difference? Samana Sattakattvena, having the same reality, and Samana Swarupakatvena, and having the same nature. So two entities which are really not having any Bheda, which are devoid of real Bheda, Samana Swarupa, same nature, same degree of reality. And such words, such meanings are revealed by the words which is obtaining in a sentence. Such two words are having the Samanadikaranyam, which is called Mukhya Samanadikaranyam. So the apposition of the two words which are revealing the two meanings which are not having any real difference on account of having real same nature and same degree of reality. That types of Samanadikaranyam is called primary Samanadikaranyam. Tacha, and that Ghatakasha Mahakasha Padayoho, And that type of primary Samanadikaranyam is there between the pot space and total space. And Kutastha Brahma Shabdayoho cha. The word Kutastha and Brahma. Kutastham Brahma. These two words will have the Samanadikaranyam apposition, which is Mukhya Samanadikaranyam, primary apposition. Okay. More about this we will see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadai Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.